Howdy all and welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Okay. So, I am going to continue our journey to the northwest with some zombies following me. Which is alright. I had to check there at the beginning to make sure I had grabbed the cook pot out of the campfire. I couldn't remember if I'd done it or not. It's been a couple days since played, of course. Well, I guess not necessarily of course, but it's been a couple days. And, I couldn't remember what I'd done, so... I stabbed you in the face, I did that. Does that count? That was a weird noise. Got the volume up a little loud on my headset today, or louder. Half the time I play with almost no sound. Some of the other games I play are really loud, and this one isn't set as loud, and I don't know why I don't go into the settings and turn the volume up. But, yeah, I'm actually going to turn it down just a touch in my headset. So, we have now reached the season premiere of the second season of Helix this week. Sci-Fi Channel had 2 premieres on Friday, so we can go back to talking about the shows I watch, I guess. No zombie nothing on at the moment. We still got a couple of weeks yet before Walking Dead comes back, so... I did see some pretty cool stuff coming out on the Sci-Fi Channel. Hopefully. I was really disappointed with Ascension. First, they ruined the twist that they were still on Earth in the commercial for it, which really made me angry. And then it just, I don't know, it was rather bland, honestly, and the show didn't have a ending, so back off. So nothing got resolved, and it was pretty disappointing. It was basically the people inside the ship don't know they're still on Earth, and so the people who are running the whole... That's really cool looking. The people who are running the... Is this a new biome? I've never seen a biome like this before. When did we get planes? This is cool looking. I don't recognize this terrain at all. Like, there's no trees. Is this some kind of scrubland or something? It's interesting looking. But so it was basically on the... Is that corn? Corn just growing random out here. They had the politics of the outside people, and basically the son of the guy who started the whole thing. He took over when his father died. Had a stroke, something. Had a stroke. I guess he was still alive at the beginning of this. Oh. That was close. You almost got yourself killed there. And, so this woman who was involved with the project in its early days wanted to make sure that the son would be able to handle it. This is new terrain to me. I've never been in this terrain before. So he eventually, I guess the resolution for that was she decided that she was going to move him off the project because she didn't like the way things were occurring. She wanted to open up the ship and let the people know, I guess, and he felt he had everything under control. And so on board the ship, they were in the middle of basically, I think they elect who's going to be captain. Like, there's a council, and the council chooses who's going to be captain. And some council members wanted to change who was captain. So there was that going on board the ship. And so the resolution to that was okay. I mean, it was all okay. It was just... And then in the middle of that, they talked about how the they've been in an enclosed ecosystem for 50 years, and so they've invented a lot of technology that then gets sent out to the rest of the world because they don't know what's going on, and they have to make do with what they have on board the ship already. Like, there's no... Other than what they took with them, there's no new outside resources. And on top of that... Ooh, what's that over there? They've got almost said Visine. They have vitamin injections, and so they were tweaking people's genetics a little bit and trying to mutate people, I guess. And this little girl could create electromagnetic pulses. And so during the whole attempted takeover of the ship, she let a huge explosion off. Well, not an explosion, but a huge pulse off a couple of times. And, oh, it wasn't just that either. Oh, I didn't even see you. I'm gonna get killed out here. It started with a murder, is what it started with. Or not a murder, a suicide, a murder. I honestly don't even remember at this point if she committed suicide or she was murdered. But, so they've got all that going on too, where they're trying to find what happened. Because she used a gun, or a gun was used on her. I can't remember. It had so little impact on the story that its resolution had nothing to do with the actual story. And so, what's that up here? They, anyways, when she did her pulse at one point, she teleported a guy to another planet. And so he got left there. That, like, the last scene was him on another planet all by himself. And then, the other thing they had was, it blew all the power, both on the ship and out in the building surrounding the ship where they run everything. And so they almost had to let him out because they were going to all die, because, you know, they don't have outside ventilation or anything. And the whole ship, like, parts of it catch on fire, and there's smoke in the air, and carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, you know, are filling the air, and they can't get the filters back online and all that. And so they eventually do. And so when the show ends, the guy, what was that? Oh, it was a pig. I thought it was something running on, you know, 2 legs and a arm. But so on the inside, aw, dang it. On the inside, the guy thought he was gonna overthrow the captain, and then it turned out that they tricked him, and so he didn't see it coming, and so I'm just gonna go without weapons, I think, here. Which way is my... Okay. And so he didn't see it coming, and they Oh yeah, because I can run the whole way with this coffee. Drink that coffee. And let's run. And so they like removed one of his people who he thought was going to vote for him, and so the captain got to stay, and they saved the ship, and nobody on the ship knows that they're on the ship. And one guy got teleported off the ship to another planet, it looked like, and that was it. That was the end of everything on the ship. And outside the ship, the woman who came and was going to remove the son, the son of the guy who started the project, during the commotion of what was going on in the ship, he shoved her off a balcony so she fell to her death, so he got to keep his position too. So basically a girl died, and that was it. Everything else stayed status quo. So it was not as good as I was hoping it was going to be. Very just blah. Because I know I talked a bit about that in some earlier episodes about how much I was looking forward to it. And I was disappointed. I was very angry when there was a commercial on YouTube stating that they were still on Earth. And I'm like, thanks, you just ruined the twist of the show. Are we back to... This is probably the slow way. But we did get the new season of Helix. Apparently, my DVR cuts out. Usually... So they got this trick that they've started doing here in the last few years. Like, when I was a kid, when you got to the end of a season of a TV show, you just got to the end of the season. All the storylines were wrapped up and the whole 9 yards. And I remember the very first cliffhanger season finale I ever saw was Star Trek The Next Generation, when they had taken Jean-Luc Picard and turned him into Locutus, the Borg. And they had figured out a way to get through the Borg shields. And they were pretty sure they could destroy the Borg ship. And Commander Riker ordered the Enterprise to fire on the Borg cube where Captain Picard was. And then it went to credits. And I had to wait an entire summer for the next episode. And now, you know, that stuff's commonplace. And so, I don't know why I told you that story, but I guess because it kind of ties in with the other thing. So, since cliffhanger season finales work so well, now what they do is they push the time that a TV show ends into the time of the next TV show. So, if a show's on from 8 to 9, it doesn't end at 9, it ends at 9:01. And then they have a commercial break, and then the next show starts. Well, my DVR isn't smart enough to catch the endings of things, and so I often miss the very last scene. So when I said Helix ended with them sitting at a outdoor cafe, and the one woman was inside with the other immortals, that's not how it ended. There's another scene after what I got to see, and apparently they blew up the building that the Immortal Council was sitting in. So, we start Season 2, and some of the people from the first season and some new people are on a ship. And they're checking out a ship that has been... everyone on the ship's killed off by a new disease. Because, right, this is the CDC. And so one of them is a woman from the first season, and so they go and they're trying to figure out what's going on. They find a survivor. She tells them that they were at a nearby island, and everybody started getting sick after they went to this nearby island. So they go to the island, and they see someone. No. They don't see anyone. They go onto the... They just go onto the island. They start exploring. they find some traps and a bunch of dead bodies, and we have bypassed my pile of stuff here. Surprise! Oop. I'm back. Okay. I had to make sure that went in my inventory properly. Gotcha. And, so now they're on this island off the coast of Seattle, off of Washington, the state. And, oh, I should probably get some food and drink in me here. And kill these zombies before they get me. So while they're doing that, they show the woman who was the daughter of the guy who was running the Antarctic station. I don't know what their names are. I didn't pay that much attention. I'm horrible with names, so I see someone, I know who they are, but I don't remember what they're called. And Julia, that's her name. So Julia is also on the island, they show, and so she's in the same area they're in. Now, she lost a finger in the first season, and she was at the council when it got blown up, and so, you know, I'm looking, I'm like, alright, does she have her finger back? She's got her finger back. So maybe that wasn't her finger, because they showed her hand with a big metal thing on it, and covering where her finger was missing. And so I'm like, okay, so she's got her finger back now, so that's interesting. And so then they show her go, or she gets captured by this dude who asks her, "Do you know the way to Santa Fe?" And he just keeps repeating that over and over again. "Do you know this way to Santa Fe?" And so they don't know what's going on, and sheesh. And so they go and, let's see, urban combat, shotgun, got that one. And I already make my own ammo, right? Yep. So I don't need either of those books. So while they're going around in this building where she's been captured, they go in there, and one of the guys from the first team knocks over a jar that's got a dead rabbit in it. And then they show the rabbit, and they start counting days. And so the rabbit in the jar slowly decomposes. And they keep going, and it speeds up. And I'm like, oh, so... I think Julia kicks the jar that's got the dead rabbit in it. Anyways, it turns out she's not actually there when they're there. It's 30 years later, and she's there. So... she's there after everything's happened, and so she's there looking for the guy from the first season, her boyfriend. He was the main CDC scientist. Was he her boyfriend? Her ex-husband? Ex-husband. There we go. I couldn't remember. He was actually with his research assistant, and so what happened to my road? I'll get back over to my road, but so she's there looking for him. The guy starts talking to her finally, takes out her contacts so you can see her eyes are white. As an immortal's eyes are white. Or not white, but silver. Her irises are silver. But yeah, anyway, so he takes her to the town that the other people are currently in, and it's all in ruins and covered in vines, and he shows her the grave of the guy she's looking for. I don't remember what his name is. So then we go back to the other group 30 years before, and they're in the town, and it's being led by like this guy. So it's like a giant cult, and nobody wants to talk to them. And it's the only thing on the island is this little town, or it's not even a town. It's like a walled house. I don't know how to. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a walled. I don't know, like a chateau or something, and a manor house. Bunch of little buildings all belong together inside a mission. It's like a mission. There we go. And because it's got like a big church in it and stuff, and so they talk a little bit, and then eventually they go to bed, and then they take the one woman who was the research assistant or whatever she was, the doctor that was with the main guy in the first season, and one of the monks brings her food, and he doesn't show her his face, and then when he leaves, it's the guy. It's the guy from the first season, the main CDC guy. And so he's on the island too, and then I think they drug her, and then they take her to laboratory to do some experiments. So it's really bizarre, because I thought it was all going to be about this virus and the immortals, and now they're looking at a separate disease. It was alright. I did like the... I don't think I have any pants on at the moment. I did like the... Dang it, I have to drop something to put these pants on. Cloth, you can go. Yeah, see my pants slot's empty. Boop. I liked the first season a little bit. Not, it wasn't like amazing or anything, but I enjoyed. Ooh, I enjoyed what I saw, I guess. So, we appear to be coming up on a city, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a camp right here, which mostly just consists of dropping a bedroll and putting down some chest, I guess. You want to put down a bedroll, or what's going on here? We can't put down a bedroll because of the tall grass. Oh, now you can? Bizarre. I need to get some rocks, too, so I can leave behind my, my cooking stuff. Crafting. Let's, what is it, 6? Yep. And, so it was, you know, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's an amazing series, but I do enjoy most of it that I've seen so far. It's better than the reviews make it out to be. I read some really bad reviews of this show, and I enjoyed it more than the reviews were acting like I should enjoy it. So, if you got a chance to watch the first season and you like that kind of stuff, it is kind of zombie-like. I kind of want to take this with me. In the first season. This second season, there hasn't been any zombies. There's just been cult people. So... yeah. And then the other series that started this week, or last week, I guess at this point, was Helix. And no, I just talked about Helix. Really, dude? Helix? No. What started was, oh, dogs. Was 12 Monkeys. Now, I liked the original 12 Monkeys, and So I had some pretty big hopes for this new series because, you know, like I said, I saw the original movie and I enjoyed it. Is there not a good spot here to get... I want to get some rocks before I get in here. What do you come up as? What'd you come up as? Destroyed stone. Which I can make gravel out of, thanks. Nope. Not what I want. What are you? Oh, there we go. But the original 12 Monkeys is about... They send this guy back in time to stop a plague that wipes out humanity. And so, he's supposed to be looking for... it's been a long time since I've seen it. I remember he's looking for the 12 Monkey... Army of the 12 Monkeys. And he finds the... He finds the Army of the 12 Monkey posters. But I don't think he ever finds the 12 Monkeys. And he knows this guy's involved. Well, he thinks this guy's involved. And so he decides that he can't find the 12 Monkeys. He's just going to kill the guy before he gets on board this plane where they believe the plague started. And the longer he's there, the sicker he gets. So I'm pretty sure he's the one that started the plague. Like, he brought it back with him. So it's a paradox plague, I guess. Because it came from the future. From an infection from the past that was brought to it from the future. So they... Oh, crap. So they've got a new series... that started that is 12 Monkeys. I'm not sure I can hit that. I have a whole inventory full of bullets. You couldn't have the gun loaded? Back off, bug. Where does that go? Is there another one back there? Yes. Ugh. So the first episode was pretty good. You know, they sent a guy back to stop the plague, just like the movie. And it actually, I think my arrow just went right through that guy's head. That's okay. I just got him. Get out of the water, dude. Really? You got vomited on by that cop and you're still coming. Oh! Really? Dang it. Quick. Quick. Look out, because apparently he can change his aim. Stop vomiting, you disgusting thing. There's a pair of them over there now. Pistol. Well, no, you don't. Okay. But yeah, it was pretty good. You know, they sent him back to find this scientist. They had some pretty cool stuff where, like, they have her watch from the future, and so I thought it was pretty cool when they he scratches her watch. Oh, nice. He scratches her watch, and he scratches the watch he has. Nope, going backwards. He scratches her watch, and it causes scratches to appear on the watch he has, which is her watch from the future. And I thought that was pretty awesome. And then, they, really? I totally did not hit that bee because I hit the grass. Really? Why can't you appear in my inventory? It's empty. Ooh, I got my stones back. Nope, I need those stones. Come back to me, stones. Stupid bee. Give me your honey. And, you know, so I thought that was pretty cool, and then, like, you know, he got shot, and, wound up having to, well, he met up with the woman, like, a year later, 2 years later, you know, and then she had to patch him up because he time travels, so, it's similar to the movie. You know, there are some differences, but it does look like it's going to be a good show. And then, real quick, the other things that look pretty awesome was they're going to be doing Arthur C. Clarke's Childhood's End, which I'm really going to have to read again because I don't remember it being that amazing of a story. So I'm a little surprised that they're going to do that movie as a miniseries. I assume it's not a very big book, you know, that's cool. I like when they do stuff like that. So I was hoping to be able to get all of it in there, but apparently not. And so the other thing that's really exciting, I thought, was they're gonna do James S. Corey's Expanse as a new show, which is really awesome because I love that show. Or that, not show. I love that book series. And I don't know how it's going to work as a TV show because what they showed didn't seem like what I remember the books being about. But maybe it's just going to be set in the same universe. Either way, that should be really awesome. Alright, well, I am going to call it here. So click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. I'll talk to you later.